When you're like watching the thoughts and you're watching like the fear that's inside of you, and you think you're watching it closely, and then you're like watching it, and then you're slowly just gradually watching it overtake you, and then you're watching yourself overreact to it. Like where do I go wrong? Like where did I go wrong in that process of I'm not watching it close enough, or
when you watching yourself overreact to it?
Yeah.
Give me an example of overreacting to it.
I was just talking with someone about biting my nails. Like I've been biting my nails since I was a kid, and I can't stop.
Right.
And you know, I'll go a few days. Like I'm trying to be more mindful, and I'll go a few days without doing it. And then before I know it, you know, something will be on my mind. I'll be biting my nails for like a while before I even notice that I'm doing it. So like, I think that I'm watching my thoughts, and then before I know it, it's like it's already overtaken me before I know it. So
Right. Oh, I see. And so when you do notice it, that's all to it.
yeah.
When you notice, wow, I'm biting my nails, I didn't realize I was, right? Don't call it good or bad. Don't put any identity onto it. Don't say, oh man, I'm crazy, or anything, because you want to let go of all identities. Stop using I with identities. And then eventually you start catching it, and it'll be done. But if you don't put inner energy into it by judging yourself or calling yourself blind or I can't do this, then it's going to last. If you don't put that energy, it'll disappear. You become more and more aware of it, and the awareness is what destroys the darkness.
Right.
So that's even if you cuss yourself out, if you say cat, don't judge yourself.
All right.
All right? Just see, here's the deal, folks. God does not need our help. Really, there's nothing we can do. He doesn't need our help. Somebody wrote a prayer this morning. Somebody, Lord, please help. Thank you for helping me carry my burdens. I'm like, what burdens are they carrying? We are not supposed to be carrying any burdens at all, any load. Our way should be easy and light. And so if your way is not easy and light, you're playing God. You're playing God. You don't have faith in God at all. You're saying you do, but you're lying. We shouldn't be carrying anything. It's spiritual. Isn't it like dumb, kind of real dumb, that we fight one another, we fight ourselves, when we're not even fighting ourselves, we fight illusions. We're not even fighting the real person. We're fighting egos. Don't you think that's kind of dumb? What a mess. Yes, it.
No.
You had your hand? You did have your hand, all right.
The moment may have passed, but what did you just say? Did you just say, even if you cuss yourself out, don't judge yourself?
Right.
Oh, okay. Just want to clarify that.
Yeah. The only reason you're cursing yourself out because you still think it's you. Look how dumb I am. I can't believe I'm so stupid. You're worshiping the devil. All emotions, whether so-called good or bad, is idol worshiping. You're worshiping the devil. All who lives in their thoughts are worshiping the devil. Even when you're in your thoughts thinking about Jesus, you're worshiping the devil. You're not thinking about Jesus. All thoughts must die. They must die. In order to live, the thoughts must die. You must be born again. But you must be born again away from the ego into who you really are. You must die spiritually. And then after that, there is no more dying. Death doesn't even exist. Did you know that death is just an illusion too? It's just a word. It's not even real. We were not created to die. Uh-huh.
Created to live.
We were not created. And people are afraid of death, and death is just a word. It has no meaning. Isn't that amazing? They're afraid of a word. Because when whoever created the word death, they put all these false meanings. Oh, you're going to die and go to hell. No, you're already in hell. If you're afraid of death, you're already in hell. You're not going to go to hell, you're in hell. It's just a word. That's why when you're born again, you overcome words as well. And that way you can't be manipulated and controlled by words. Did I see a hand somewhere? Yes.
I was just listening to someone talk about how therapy oftentimes, when people go to therapists, it actually makes the situation a lot worse because they'll say you have, narcissistic personality disorder, you have bipolar, you have this, you have that, and then you start identifying with it. It puts in that fear of, oh, I guess this is what I am now. And you start identifying with it, and the more you live in that, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
And a lot of people go there to get help, but it actually gets worse.
They are keeping you in hell. And they think they're smart because they have a title: psychiatrist, psychologist, counsel, preacher, lawyer, doctor. Those people are dumb as a doorknob. They love their titles, and they keep you in hell by telling you, oh, you're an alcoholic. And you're going to always be an alcoholic. Now you need someone to call up when you feel like you want to drink. And you call the other person up, hey, I feel like I want to drink. They're already drunk.
But they come to your side.
Right. Yeah, don't take that drink. Bring it over here. Yes.
And a lot of people get into those fields anyway because they're trying to help themselves. They're so messed up.
Yeah.
in their own
Absolutely.
lives.
Don't trust people. Stop trusting people. You don't have any friends. You don't have any family. Stop trusting people. And the way you stop trusting them is you don't walk around not just, oh, I don't trust you, right? You walk around knowing that all your faith and who you are, everything you look for is with you. That way you can be around other people, enjoy, have fun, but you don't put your faith in them. You lose the fear over titles and personalities and things like that, but you get the message. And that's what he messed up with Christ. Christ came, and he was just like us. He brought a message, except he had not sinned, right? He brought a message, and he was like, my daddy sent me, and he made it possible so y'all can come back home. Life is about a return to the Father, right? He made it possible so y'all can come back home by sending me. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down here to hell, say he's going to take me in, and he shouldn't take me in because I've never done anything wrong. He deserves you guys because you all have done things wrong, sin. But he doesn't deserve me. I haven't done anything wrong. Satan took him in. He should not have taken Christ in. If he had not taken Christ into hell, we would still be in hell. There would be no way out. And so he took Christ in, and by doing that, Christ made it possible for us to return to the Father. And that's all we need to do is return to the Father. We're just lost. We returned away from the Father. We were just lost out in the wilderness doing all these crazy things, believing all these lies. You're just lost. That's all wrong. You're just turned away from the Father. Amazing, huh?